Good morning. Think about everything you use internet for before noon. You might check your email, submit an assignment, stream music on the way to class, or log into your bank account. Now imagine none of that works because reliable internet isn't available where you live. For many Americans in rural America, that is still a daily challenge. As senior engineer of permitting and joint use for Brightspeed, I spend my days working with electric utility companies, engineering firms, and local governments to expand broadband network. I'm also studying engineering, so I see both the technical side and the real-world impact of building the infrastructure that connects people. I've seen how much work goes into bringing broadband to communities and have gone years without reliable service. Most of us don't think twice about having internet access until it's gone. Whether it's completing schoolwork, working from home, streaming entertainment, or staying in touch with family, broadband has become something we depend on every day. Broadband internet should be an essential infrastructure. Today, I'll explain why broadband has become essential in our daily lives, why many communities still don't have dependable internet service, and why treating broadband as essential infrastructure is important for our future. Broadband internet has become essential service for education, healthcare, employment, and everyday communication. Students depend on reliable internet for nearly every part of their education. Most assignments, research, and communication with instructors now happen online. Students without dependable internet often have to work much harder to keep up with everyone else. Broadband has also changed the way healthcare is delivered. Telehealth allows patients to meet with doctors without traveling long distances. For many, in rural communities and people with limited mobility, reliable internet makes healthcare more accessible. Broadband also supports jobs and economic growth. Businesses rely on dependable internet to communicate, process transactions, and serve customers. More employers now offer remote or hybrid work, making reliable broadband more important than ever. Now that we looked at why broadband has become part of everyday life, let's talk about why so many communities still struggle to get reliable internet service. Many Americans still lack reliable broadband access, creating educational, economic, and social disadvantages. Millions of Americans, especially in rural areas, still don't have dependable high-speed internet. From my experience, one of the biggest challenges isn't building the network, it's getting through permitting, coordinating with utility companies, and constructing the infrastructure across long rural routes. Extending broadband into these areas often costs significantly more because homes are farther apart and construction takes more time. Limited broadband creates a digital divide. Students without reliable internet are also often at a disadvantage when assignments and classes move online. Job seekers may struggle to submit applications, completing training or working remotely, and patients in underserved areas often have fewer options for telehealth and other online healthcare services. Communities also miss out on economic opportunities. Businesses are less likely to invest in areas with poor internet connectivity. Reliable broadband helps attract employers, supports local businesses, and creates opportunity for economic growth. We've talked about the challenges many communities face today. Now let's look at why recognizing broadband as essential infrastructure can help solve these problems. Treating broadband as essential infrastructure will strengthen communities and create opportunities for future growth. Recognizing broadband as an essential infrastructure encourages continued investment. Government programs and private companies can continue working together and expand broadband into otherwise underserved communities. Expanding broadband gives more people access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. Broadband is an investment in long-term economic growth. Businesses depend on high-speed internet to stay competitive in today's economy. Communities with reliable broadband are in a much better position to attract new employers and create jobs. Broadband also improves quality of life. Families stay connected with schools, healthcare providers, employers, and loved ones through reliable internet access. Emergency communications and public safety systems increasingly rely on dependable broadband networks as well. Continuing to invest in broadband today prepares communities for future technologies and growing internet demands. We've looked at why broadband has become essential, why many communities are still underserved, and how treating broadband as critical infrastructure can improve lives. Now, let me wrap up by reviewing these main points. In conclusion, broadband is no longer something that is simply convenient. It's become a necessity for education, healthcare, employment, and everyday life. Today, I've explained why broadband has become essential, why many communities still lack reliable access, and why continued investment in broadband infrastructure benefits individuals, businesses, and entire communities. Working in broadband has shown me that expanding internet access isn't just about installing fiber or attaching cables to utility poles. It's about giving people access to education, better healthcare, better jobs, and more opportunities. The next time you log into an online class or connect with someone across the country, remember that broadband is every bit as important as the roads, bridges, and electric grid as we already consider essential infrastructure. Thank you.